noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way. Here's a man, Peter, that inspired so many and always said that success is no accident. It takes hard work and perseverance. How he epitomized that attitude. He worked so hard to become a player so far ahead of everybody else. He boasted a playing style that was so unique. He's got tall, and he's done it! Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish. Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical. So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, fantastic from Ronaldo! He's got himself an absolute peach. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it. Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other. And yes, it's him again. So that's two now without reply. This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department. And we have our very first corner. And that should get the job done. Costa Curta. And the shot! Great effort, beautifully taken. Ah, that's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming. Nice sequence of passes, this. Couldn't squeeze it through. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. He's having a go! And that has been clubbed away. And this is Mohamed Salah. Messi. Now it's Dembele. Now it's Dembele. Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack. Yeah, stand by for the early ball. The chance for it! Off the post! Mateus. And it's Messi. This might spell to Cristiano! Oh, it's hit the post! Showing good feet. He's got away. Lam climbs up big! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! And they are pulling clear here. And that's it. So many thanks for Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. The action has already started. Well, you could make a case to say, Jim, that Park Ji-sung is the most successful Asian export ever.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Hugely popular, and it's hard to argue if you look at his record at the very top level. A player with an impeccable work ethic and discipline, and he has the knack of turning up at all the big games too.
That has ended up in no man's land. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And we have our very first corner. And he's there to clear it. And this is for a real chance!
And he was there to get a vital touch. Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game. Cleared without hesitation. And now they can spring out of defence. Rummenigge. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Really fierce, close defending. Backward it goes. And here's Batistuta. Passes short and sharp.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Kvaratskhelia. Collar. Can he finish? Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
So we have the first goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Well, it's Batistuta. Played out towards the right wing. He's on it. Can he get away?
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
It'll be a throw-in. It's out of play for a goal kick. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. It's a pretty loose pass. Kimmich. Up Ji-sung. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Cannavaro pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Looking for options for movement. Guardiol spots it and intercepts. And here's Batistuta. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Caceres. Kvaratskhelia is wide and looking to get onto this.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Arsenal have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
And the first 45 minutes are up. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Conte. Raul. Raul, who needs just a moment to score a goal. Kvaratskhelia. Now it's Batistuta. Always onto this. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
It's a lovely, neat pass. Arsenal appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And here's Raul. He's well positioned. Chance! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Cannavaro. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Ball comes in.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause them.
And a chance! Oh, split-second reaction.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
So, third quarter of the game. Cannavaro tries to clear. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Kvaratskhelia. Collar is onto this. Mateus. Forlan. That is Conte. Spread it left.
Arsenal surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Rummenigge. Rijkaard gets good distance on it. And they're quick to get it back. Good ball, good take.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Raul knocks it into space. Goes for a shot. And he hits the net. They have stolen level at the last. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish. And I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Deftly out wide. Out for a throw. Tries to play it through. And the through ball. That's that, the end. A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Highly entertaining until the very end. Rummenigge. So bring it on. Hike expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here.
Frank Rijkaard's presence here in the middle will be massive, Peter. He's so physically dominant, such a destroyer.
And he does have a certain X factor as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that's the side of his game that makes him so special, that ability to play on the front foot, triggering counter-attacks, quickening the tempo, and even carrying the ball forward, if required.
Which has come to be expected from players in that position now, but at the time, of course, it was revolutionary.
Absolutely was.
It is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, and they have every right to be.
That's been intercepted. Forlan. And this is Mohamed Salah.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, it's hit the post. Mohamed Salah. The other side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Now it's Hazard. Now it's Mbappe. Neither of these two want to come off second. And a chance! Goal! Ajax! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
After 20 minutes, number 14,
Ajax have taken the lead.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
And it's Hazard. Hazard is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Mohamed Salah tries to pass it through. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Raul. Out to the right.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Raul. Rummenigge. Forlan. Oh, easy pickings there. That pass isn't the best. Look at the space here. Valverde.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
He's chosen to go back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Ajax are looking to break at pace. Mohamed Salah is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now it's Raul. Guardiola calmly anticipates. Aims beyond the defence. No, that was never going to make it. And there's the end of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
number 14, Mohamed Salah.
Here's the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Critical shooting chance! He has done it! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Ajax are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them.
And the shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are shooting. And they are cruising away. More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure. Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Ajax needed that. They really needed it.
Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
This looks promising.
Such good technique.
He's picked his way through. Chance! Now, how often do you see that?
He'll be irritated with that, Peter. He really did spring into life as he made his run. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Now it's Yamal. And it's made its way to him. Mbappe! It's a goal! It is no contest. It is a landslide. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly. And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
Well, we're on the way.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Peter. It's his pace that's his main attribute, especially over those first few yards, where he just seems to glide away from defenders, gets himself into great positions, and likes to hit it hard and nice and early.
And a chance! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. There was to be only one outcome.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. It's a good spell of possession, this, and this is for Bolland!
And he was there to get a vital touch. I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Oh, that's a key interception. The most accurate pass. He won't be happy with that one. Intercepts the throw. That's well read.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. That pass isn't the best. Costa Curta. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And he was quick to react.
Rummenigge.
Now it's Aubameyang. And this is Ronaldo. Messi. Mohamed Salah showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Changes him with that pass. Rummenigge. Rummenigge was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. He has found the way through, delivered in. And out it comes again. And this is Messi. That is a great pick out. And he's searching through, and it's Salah. It's Salah! He's got a goal! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sub.
Can he finish? Goal! Manchester United! Into the lead once more. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Aubameyang! Loose and Beckham! Kachu!
Added minutes has been indicated.
Tried the volley, but no.
Yeah, quick thinking and the right choice for me, but that was difficult to get right.
This possibly the last play of the half. And it's hoisted clear. Messi. And the half-time whistle goes. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football. And it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They want a good start to the second half.
And we are back on the way.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And they've got rid. Paz. Salah. Rummenigge is onto this. That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Forlan. And the shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. Looking for the run. Guardiola promptly onto that, and that is that. Mateus. Messi. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Good read, needed to be. And he's there to get it away. Now that's well seen too. And here's Messi.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Substitutions taking place.
And the pass is intercepted. Throw it. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. And he welcomes it in. Mohamed Salah! It's in! Again, we are level. What a contest!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage. Fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
It looked as though it'd gone too wide. He wasn't having that, though, and somehow he found the angle. Real chance! Really well taken goal. And the comeback is complete.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Hazard. It's Hazard!
Manchester United really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
It could be in here. Oh, good taking. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Hans deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Poorly
There will be
directed
5
kick from the
minutes
keeper.
added
He's
time.
given it away. Oh, he's Raul, someone who can always claim to be. Oh no, what has happened here? Burak Yilmaz! Oh, crossbar! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Manchester United really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
And there goes the final whistle. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Mohamed Salah voted man of the
Hello,
match,
everybody,
and
and this is a
deservedly
quick
so. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And that gets things running.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come. And his
Takes a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Shoots! And got to be quick to recover this. Fernando Torres. Great vision. And the through ball. Casillas gets it clear. NAC Breda have reclaimed it. And it's Roberto Carlos. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Out to the right. Looking for options for movement.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Can he get on the end of this? Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Well, it looked promising for a moment. And Puskas! Goal! Breda! A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more...
Messi!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning.
Shot a goal! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Messi. Very nearly half an hour gone here. It's a lovely, neat pass. Gattuso. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rummenigge. This is Messi. And he's on his way.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that's been won straight back. Now it's Messi.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Now it's Gattuso. And he's intervened well there. And he's quick to get it clear again. Now it's Ibrahimovic. They just took too long getting forward.
Look, if they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive.
Tough fight! Against the crossbar. Oh, he couldn't get hold of it. It's their second corner of the game. And he's taking no chances there. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Mohamed Salah. That is good alertness. And it's Messi. Now this could be a chance.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Fallen! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. This possibly the last play of the half. Fernando Torres gets it away. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Tries to pass it through. And he's managed to get free. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Pass. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Played into space. That's good vision. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Threads one in. Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. Oh, that's a key interception. He's going to be disappointed with that. Mohamed Salah.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look of... It's Ibrahimovic! Mateus. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. That's very neat. That looks a decent ball. He's picked his way through. Well timed, excellent interception. Pass. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And he was quick to react. And he's managed to get rid. Fernando Torres. Now it's Ibrahimovic. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. That's been cut out, well played. Looking to play him in. This ended up in no man's land.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
That's a cute ball. And that is as far as it goes. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle. Borussia Dortmund have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Well, a system promoted by the rise of total football, Peter. The wider players in the front three are key operators in how it all works on and off the ball. They have to provide for the central striker, of course, and protect their fullbacks, so they'll get few breathers. If these two don't make a good impression, there are quite good replacements on the bench.
And this is Bullet. Chance for a shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Another moment of magic. A real wow moment. Can he finish? Off the post. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And again.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Borussia Dortmund definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it?
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Has is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And it's Del Piero. Great vision. And he welcomes it in. And that should get the job done. Played it again. Punched away. And claimed it back swiftly. Now, who's going to be first to this? He's found a way through. He rises! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Stood up well to him there. Del Piero. Now he's got space here. He's just misjudged that one. Now he's had it taken off him.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Cannavaro makes the interception. And it's Messi. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Mohamed Salah really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? And the keeper beats it away. Borussia Dortmund are looking to go forward now. Aims beyond the defence. They have slightly undercooked that one.
Borussia Dortmund clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be...
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Mateus. And that has put paid to that. Borussia Dortmund appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Held by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. And he's intervened well there. Vitinha. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Dealt with nicely by the defence. That has been cut short. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Facing up to his adversary, this and Hullet! Decent enough try.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it. How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
He's got away, takes a shot. And the keeper read that really well.
Borussia Dortmund really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Now it's Mohamed Salah.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might...
And a chance! They've scored! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off. And for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Oh, what has happened here? Oh, that's fabulous. Chooses to go back. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or...
Oh, he's been caught napping! Vitinha. No, that was never going to make it. And time is up. Oh, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end, virtually. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And that gets things running.
We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said.
And the shots! Messi. And Paz. Rummenigge. Beckham. Griezmann. With Batistuta. Oh, easy pickings there. Rijkaard. And Dixon, looking to play him in. Casillas gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Mohamed Salah, well seen, saw that coming. Now it's Mbappe. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Mbappe is flagged offside. Cannavaro tries to think it through. Nicely intercepted. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Vitinha. And this is Mohamed Salah. Chance! Just off target.
Mohamed Salah really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
Tries to play it through. He's through here. Batistuta! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Batistuta clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
It's a mighty effort! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game. Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Torino have it back and can go again. Rummenigge. Rummenigge aims beyond the defence. Oh, that's a key interception. Rummenigge. Kante spots it and intercepts. Rijkaard. And he cuts out a supply. And it's Vitinha. And this is Mohamed Salah. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And the pass is intercepted.
Mbappe.
Vitinha. Paz.
There will be one.
And here's Mohamed Salah. Beckham. And it's half-time here. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time.
For our World Charity Fund. Substitution.
And we're underway again. So neither side has yet broken through. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Torino clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And here's Nunez. Good take, chance for a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Griezmann is offering a wry smile there.
So, third quarter of the game. He gets big! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Looking for options for movement. And it's Salah! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? Bastoni tries to clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's a nicely shaped ball. He's found the Batistuta! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities. Always fancies himself, no matter what the situation.
Torino appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the count.
Shapes to suit! He has done it! And that is goal number 20. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So we have the first goal.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable. That's just playing it safe and simple.
That pass isn't the best. Cannavaro cuts it out. Cannavaro with the clearance. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Now, can they get him away? Your impression so far, Jim?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Mohamed. It's Salah! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And it's been played through. And he's away. Now this could be a chance. Oh, that is a great stop. And that could have brought them level.
That was so poor. A very decent chance, and the disappointment is all too obvious.
So their fourth quarter of the game. There's the header. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And here's Mohamed Salah. The final 5 minutes.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
I think we're just about done here. Messi receives it in a chance! In for the pieces! And he hits the net! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now!
There will be
And he's
5
only
minutes
too
added
grateful to
time.
capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done for the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see the more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, But most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of their people.
And we come to you now with a
Paz
quick request
taking in
for
the
support
accolades,
from
having
our
been named
charity
man
fund.
of the match. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get
Hello,
ready to lock
everybody, and
horns.
welcome to
This is
today's
football
match.
at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're up and running. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Mohamed Salah. Now, can they get him away? Great chance! Goal! The breakthrough strike.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
So, a breakthrough already. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Vitinha is always looking to break lines. That's really well manoeuvred. Mohamed Salah.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Forlan has found the net here, of course. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Mbappe. And this is Messi. And the shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. He scored! Botafogo back on level terms. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is...
Can he finish? They've scored! And they get themselves in front! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other. And it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react. And there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Forlan. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Can he get on the end of this? Cannavaro gets rid without sophistication. And here's Messi. And he's in on goal. Oh, nice touch.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
2 added minutes has been
Good run
indicated.
down the right. Paz. Nicely weighted ball. Deep cross. Messi. And the half-time whistle goes. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2 goals to 1.
And we are already promptly back underway.
And it's Kukçu. Great vision. Oh, that's a key interception. Mateus, the man synonymous with solidity. Now it's Mohamed Salah, looking for options for movement.
Rijkaard.
Kukçu. Floated through. And he's there to clear it. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Botafogo clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
That's good pressing, squeezing the play. And that's been intercepted. And the shot! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Looking to play him in. Mbappe! He's had a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
And we have our very first corner. Keeper has taken decisive action. And he's let fly. And the goalkeeper watches it past.
Well, he's hit it well enough for me. I suppose it could be a deliberate attempt to just draw that defence out.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Kimmich. Forlan. Dealt with nicely by the defence.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Kukçu. Oh, good ball. Mbappe! And the lead stays intact, just.
Such a good opportunity, Peter. I hope he doesn't end up regretting that miss.
And here's Mbappe. Oh, super ball. And this is Van Nistelrooy. And Van Nistelrooy! Great ball. And one more try. Goal! Time minutes, and we're all square again. Oh, delicious. Such devilish curl.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
4 added minutes has been
So all
indicated.
square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Rummenigge. Always onto this. And this is Mohamed Salah. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, what about that? Late in the day, this could well be it. And time is up. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Forlan voted man of the match,
With the
and
owner of a
deservedly
blue car
so.
parked outside the stadium gate,
Thrilling,
kindly remove it,
nail-biting,
as it is
perhaps
about to be thrown
frustrating
away.
until the very end, but we do have a winner.
Well, this looked like it had a draw written all over it, Peter, so credit where it's due. They found a way to win it, and they can take great satisfaction from never losing that focus.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours,
Everybody,
it
and
might not
welcome
feel
to
like that.
today's match.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield.
He's had a shot! And he's done it! So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Forlan. Another pass just keeps it ticking over.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Bouts of passing here, really easy on the eye. Tries to play it through. It's played through for him.
Great chance! They've scored! They're level in a trice!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace.
He's having a shot! He's got a goal! And again they hit the front. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Rummenigge demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Tries to pass it through. He's got away. Crosses and the shot. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Vitinha! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. And he cuts out the supply. Knocks it into space. And he's intervened well there. And he thumps it clear. Threads one in. He's on it. Can he get away?
Shot a goal! Oh, he did the hard part right, but not the finish.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
He's looking wide. Owen. A reprieve, albeit perhaps oh, what has happened here? And he was alert to it. Mohamed Salah. Half-time getting close now.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that.
Kupchu. Vitinha is the team's great visionary. And here's Mohamed Salah.
2 added minutes has been
Well seen.
indicated.
Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That was good alertness. It's gone out for a throw-in. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one.
Hello, everybody.
Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2 goals to 1.
Substitution on the field. Number 12, Van Basten. Number 23, Owen.
And we're off again.
Coming on the field, number 20.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
No, he's not getting past him there. Cannavaro with the clearance. he did make it. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Can he get on the end of this?
There's the shot! And the ball's come loose. That's another chance.
Oh, he couldn't get hold of it.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Kimmich kept his eye on it, and he's there. Guardiola wins the duel this time.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
And now they can clear their lines. And here's Mohamed Salah. That's a cute ball. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Oh, good-looking ball. Well timed, excellent interception. And it's Forlan. Passing nice and neat. It's Salah! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. Serginho getting this one clear. Costa Curta. Oh, this looks sharp. The pass is intercepted. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And he was quick to react. Serginho. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Hazard. Costa Curta tries to clear.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And they're quick to get it back. Paz. Looking to play him in. Might be Hazard! And he's quick to get it clear again. Crosses it in.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
And he's heaved it away.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish.
Tries a shot! Off the post! All hands on deck for this one. That has been knocked
2
clear.
added minutes has been indicated.
Forlan has created one goal already. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. That has been cut short. And we're done. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle.